Wolves versus Leeds in the Carabao Cup.
We're out for blood. Wolves come out to play.
These are the greatest Wolves days of my lifetime.
I think it could be quite an important game for maybe some of the youth players, but for the team as a whole, it's definitely not our priority. We've got a big game coming up on Saturday against Arsenal, and that should be what we focus on. I think it's a good opportunity for some of the academy players to get some minutes under their belt. Obviously, Leeds are a good side, a Premier League side, so looking at players like Connor Ronan, Joe Hodge, Chem Campbell, who we obviously have seen in the Premier League this season, but I think he deserves a few more minutes, get some experience. Even Hugo Bueno obviously has been starting for the first team recently, but I think it'll be even more experience for him to play against another Premier League side. I think the majority of the first team players need to be rested. Like I said, Arsenal is a really big game, and with the fitness and injury record in our squad at the moment, we just can't risk anybody getting injured. I think most Wolves fans would agree that we're normally quite excited by the idea of a cup run, but given our current form in the Premier League, as I said before, it's definitely not our priority at the moment. With the new manager coming in, we definitely need to be focused on the Premier League. Leeds are obviously a very good side, and I think there's therefore a very strong possibility that quite a lot of goals are going to be seen in the game. Having said that, I don't know whether it's maybe worth giving Sarkic a chance in goal. As for the back four, I think Hugo Bueno definitely needs to start. Semedo obviously got the ban, so that leaves Johnny at right back. And then I think it's worth playing Totti and Mascara. Wasn't overly impressed with Kilman and Collins, surprisingly, on Saturday, so I think it's worth giving Totti and Mascara some minutes. Nunes, I don't think will be risked against Leeds in a cup game just because of his injury. I think if Collins and Kilman aren't starting, I think Neves probably has to start, and maybe Moutinho as well, and then either Joe Hodge or Connor Ronan in midfield. Up front, I would definitely be starting Chem Campbell, just give him some minutes, see what he can create. Alongside probably Hwang and Adama, I would start actually. Score predictions wise, I think Wolves might get a goal, but I think Leeds are going to come out on top, unfortunately, and end our cup run pretty early on. I'm going to say 2-1 Leeds. Those are my thoughts as a Wolves fan, but here is All Leeds TV to give a Leeds perspective on the Wednesday cup tie.
How are we doing, guys? It's Oscar from All Leeds TV. Delighted to be on the channel. It's an interesting one, this one for Leeds. I'm not sure how strong a lineup we're going to go with, but I'd imagine it'll be a mixture in terms of first teamers and maybe players from our under 23s, because obviously we've just beaten Bournemouth 4-3. We've seen the likes of Crescencio Somerville, Willie Gnonto and Sam Greenwood make a big impact in that game, so I'd imagine they'll be rewarded with a start. It's a weird one from a Leeds fan's point of view, this game. I think it's a really good opportunity to put a cup run together. I'm not going to dismiss how tough it is to go to Molineux, even if you guys are struggling at this moment in time. But I think it's a decent opportunity for us. I'm expecting a decent quality game, because I don't think either side's particularly great defensively at the moment. I think we're both keeping our goalkeepers very busy. I think Jose Sarr and Ilan Meslier are very much top of the saves for the season so far, which kind of sums up the situation for both clubs. It's an interesting one. Obviously, I think Steve Davis is still in charge of Wolves for this one, so there's no new manager about as such, but very tough game for us. I think it's a 50-50 really. I think both teams are of similar quality. Obviously maybe in terms of starting 11, you guys probably shade it on in terms of quality on the pitch, but I think we've got that little bit more momentum behind us in terms of form, so it's a very interesting one. I think it'll be a good game of football, and as I've already said, plenty of goals, plenty of action. I think our team, I think it will be Ilan Meslier in goal. I think it'll be Luke Ayling at right back. I think the centre backs will be Diego Llorente, I think will come in for this game, and Liam Cooper. Left back, I think Pascal Struijk will keep his place. An outside chance of Leo Hjelde at left back. In holding midfield, I think Tyler Adams will keep his place. I think. I'm not 100% on that one. I think with Tyler Adams or Mark Rocker alongside Sam Greenwood. I'm almost certain Sam Greenwood will be in there. On the right-hand side, I think will be Crescencio Somerville. Through the middle, I think will be Brendan Aronson. And on the left, I think will be Willie Gnonto. Or it might be the other way around with the wingers. We do tend to swap them around quite a lot during the game. And up top, I think will be Patrick Bamford in this game. Yeah, but again, that one's a bit tough to fully judge. I think it'll be Patrick Bamford or Rodrigo up top. So I think it'll be a relatively strong team from Leeds. I think we need to keep up the momentum we've built from winning 2 games on the run, which sounds like nothing, but considering where we were, it's definitely a big boost. And yeah, I just think all round, score prediction wise, I'll go 2-1 to Leeds. But I do think it'll be a game where there's 5 or 6 big chances for either team. We're not the most clinical of teams, but we'll both get chances because we're not the most convincing defensively at this moment in time. I'm just watching out. Obviously, Ruben Neves is always one that worries me in these types of game. He's obviously a superb player, but he always seems to turn up particularly well against us. Podence, I think, was really good against us last couple of games, and obviously got some new signings there, well, relatively new signings. Matheus Nunes, Guedes, yeah, they can both cause us problems too. So I think it'll be a good game. This, I'm hoping we don't. I think for both teams' season, it could be a bit decisive. Obviously, for you guys, it could sort of kickstart your season if you put a good cup run together, and the same thing for us, really. But ultimately, I can see a similar type of game to what we had at Ellen Road on the first day of the season. Big thanks, guys. I've been Oscar from All Leeds TV. Enjoy the game.